Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and this card reading is for the week of July 26th, 2021. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from our Divine Mother Energy deck. See what's going on in the collective. What is one thing that you need to hear for your highest good from the head honcho mother? So I'm pulling 3 cards right now. And you can decide if you want to go with card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3, or just listen to the message in its entirety. I want you to remember that whatever comes through today, there is something in these messages that you need to hear for your highest good. And we're going to start with card number 1. And card number 1 is asking you to remain optimistic. So I want to ask you, if you chose card number 1, what's going on in your world right now? And are you in a place of doubt, of concern, or worry? And when this card comes in, it's really asking you to have a little shift in your mindset. Maybe where you are seeing that there's no way that something could work out the way that you're envisioning it to. This card is reminding you to switch that feeling and try to expect that something good is going to happen versus expecting that something bad is going to happen. Can you do that? Can you change your mindset even in the toughest situation? Can you take a step back and just look at the situation and see if there is any inkling of showing or changing the direction of how you're thinking? Can you look at something in a little bit of a more positive way, in a more optimistic way? There's the saying, what we think about, we bring about, and a lot of people don't agree with that. But essentially, everything is energy. And if you keep your thoughts on a positive spin, in a positive direction, expecting something good to occur in your life, you will attract that to you. If you continue to see and think negatively, something bad is going to happen, something terrible is going to happen, you're going to attract that to you. So it is super important to notice where your thoughts are at, and when you see them going negative, switch them positive. And that's our card number 1. Card number 2 is forgiveness. There's a lot of that going on right now, the need to forgive. Where are you able to release things that are no longer serving you, whether it's thought patterns or relationships, whether it's with you, with yourself, or you with another? And can you offer up forgiveness? Offering up forgiveness does not mean that you condone behavior. Does not mean that you agree with what has occurred. But what it means is you can say, after experiencing it, okay, I see where that person was coming from. We're going to take another person's situation. I see where that person is coming from, and I'm going to send them forgiveness. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with how they behaved, but I can understand why they might have acted in the way that they acted. Take yourself. If you're experiencing something right now, maybe it's just every day waking up and looking in the mirror and not liking how you look. Can you step back and say, you know what? I need to give myself a little more love and forgive myself. I am where I am at for a reason, and I'm good with that. And I forgive myself for having negative thoughts towards myself at this time. Maybe I was in a bad place. Maybe I wasn't thinking optimistically. Card number 1. Maybe I was going through something that was creating me to have a lower mood. Whatever the case is, it's important right now to keep your thoughts optimistic and then step into this space of forgiveness where you can forgive others or yourself, to yourself, how you're treating yourself, so that you can make space and make room for more goodness to come into your life. And that's our card number 2. And card number 3 is asking you to have more compassion. So this is a spin-off of card number 2. And what the card says is, I see and feel others' points of views with forgiveness and kindness. So when we are going through this process of forgiveness and we're saying, I understand where that person is coming from, what you're really essentially doing is you're giving more compassion to that individual. You're opening up your heart more too in the process. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone and they're holding information from you that you know, but they're not telling you. And it's really hurting you because they're not sharing that information with you. You heard it from a third party. The first thing to do after you work through the feelings is to offer forgiveness. Forgiveness for them not telling you. Forgiveness for them not, or maybe you feel like they're lying to you. And obviously you don't agree with how they're acting, but you're offering them forgiveness. But then the next thing you're doing is, because you still have a care for them, or you still love them, you're opening up this heart space and providing love and compassion, and you're still sending that to them. So the situation didn't create you to close yourself off. You're still in the relationship with that person. You still offer them love and compassion. You're trying to see it from their perspective. You gave them forgiveness. You're offering them kindness, and you're offering them compassion. This process is not easy. But when you do this process, what it does is it actually opens you up, frees you from any shackles or any restrictions that you are putting upon yourself and your heart. You can take this process to anything that's going on in the world right now. Because we have a lot of political stuff going on. Any politician that you don't agree with, or any agenda that you don't agree with, can you forgive it? It's part of the process. It's part of the ascension process. There's such a bigger picture to what is going on right now. Can you forgive the players that really are not serving us as humans? Can you open up your heart with love and compassion? You don't agree with it, but you are opening up the heart space because you're not shackling yourself down or restricting yourself, because then you're the one that gets hurt in the end. But instead you open yourself up to saying, I understand, I see what I see, I understand it, I don't agree with it, I forgive it if it's something that would hurt others, I forgive it, I open up my heart, I send love and compassion even to the most evil person, I pray for them, because at the end of the day, that's all that I can do. I can't do any more. And in doing that, you stay in your life and in your way of being. You don't, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't do something to go against your beliefs and your values. But instead what you do is you open yourself up to more love and more compassion and more light, and you free yourself. You are actually free when you do that. So I hope that in all three of these cards you understand it's part of the feeling process. It's part of bringing up the emotions. It's super important to bring up emotions, not allow them to stay in the physical body. Because when an emotion stays in the physical body, it gets stagnant, and then it creates dis-ease or pain, and we don't want that. So you want to allow these feelings to come fully rising up through your chakras, through all of those wheels of energy that start at the roots of your feet and go all the way up to the crowns of your head, so that it all releases out. And once it releases out, it's out of you. You're not carrying it anymore. That's a process that is super important to start to put into practice if you haven't yet, because it will help you in the long run. I hope that you have a great week and that this message gave you something, some bit of hope or optimism as you step into this week, and I wish you a great day. Bye-bye.